All right. So I snagged this from the Mortal Kombat leaks Reddit, right? And this is details that have come through from the Kombat cast. Obviously, like I streamed it last night. I'm going to be streaming Ermac when he releases. All that shenanigan green shit that he does, right? Anyway, so this is the information. All the new stuff from today's Kombat cast. So they're adding in new encounters to the most boring game mode ever added to fighting games in history. Right. They're adding in combo trials that you have to beat a malfunctioning cyborg with one combo. Right. The character trials force you to play a specific character to complete certain scenarios, like throwing Kung Lao's hat at targets by aiming them, manipulating sand with Garrus, and using special moves with Johnny to avoid things. There's also going to be more non-fight invasion nodes are optional, so you don't get stuck. Now I'm just trying to figure out what that means, right? Because like they're not getting rid of the clues, right? They're still keeping that crap. Still keeping the clues. So what does that mean? Maybe I'm just having a brain fart. More non-fight invasion nodes, right? Which will be like the stuff they've mentioned above, are optional, so you don't get stuck, right? So does that mean that means that you can do more of this sort of stuff and fight less to still move forward, right? Is it that every Mesa now has, say for example, just as a rough example, right? You got to do 50 nodes for a Mesa. I'm pretty sure it's more than that. We'll just say 50, right? You got to do 50 nodes to complete a Mesa 100%. Okay, but if there's like 100 nodes, you can do any of the 50 and you still get completion. Would that be fair to say? Would that be accurate, you think? Anyway, right? So I don't know, like I just don't give a shit. Although, like I did do a previous video, the new skins are looking pretty sweet, right? The new skins are looking pretty good. So it'll probably be worth grinding them out this time around. Obviously in the shop they're going to bring in the season of disgusting from this current season, which is just about to expire, thankfully. Right, Season of the Storms will be the new in thing. But yeah, I think, like, I was talking about this with Total MK the other week, right? Or the other day, about why can't they invasions just let us just go wherever we want, right? They keep forcing us through this, you know, linear pathway. So while you give us more of these options per Mesa, just let us go straight to the last one. Like, who gives a shit, right? If there's other skins and stuff to unlock in the other Mesas, and you decide to go straight to the last Mesa boss, then you're missing out. In terms of like, oh, well, you're not going to get them. It's not like you go to the last boss and it unlocks everything else. No, you go to the last boss, right? And you just get the last boss crap. And then if you want the other crap, you've got to go do the other stuff, right? So it's going to be pretty obvious that, like, and it seems at least most of the time that the boss Mesa skin is the one that everyone wants. But they force you to go through this entire ridiculous grind. It's just a pain in the ass, right? It's not necessary, it's a pain in the ass. And, you know, it needs to be done away with because it's not necessary, right? We don't need that. Okay. But, yeah, like, ultimately, I think that, cat, let's knock on every, what are you doing? What are you doing? Love's been up here when I do videos. I think he wants to be famous, right? You're not going to get famous on this channel. Right? So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, it's such a boring mode. You know what I mean? Like, it's such just a mind-numbingly boring mode, and adding this sort of stuff in, I don't think's gonna save it. Oh, you gotta sit there and throw cool outs. Yeah, okay, great. That's wonderful. Like, who gives a shit? Like, and maybe, just maybe, what they've done, or are doing, is they've looked at the challenge tower from MK9 and go, you know, that was pretty popular, I wonder why. Well, I don't know, man. Why do you think it was popular? It was popular, right? By the way, no sugar, no caffeine, so that way I don't get all jittery, right? The reason why it was popular, apart from the fact that it was actually a challenge, was the fact that every single like level had its own kind of like its own little story, you know, its own little sort of story set up in the beginning to tell you like what's going to happen, right? In this stupid invasions crap, it just goes survive, right? Survive. I don't want to survive that. It's crap, right? Just put me out of my misery. Okay. Anyway, guys, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you think. Catch you next time.